Welcome to our tub. Come on in. It's warm inside, and there's always room for more.
This podcast contains adult material and is intended for mature audiences only. If you're under 18, grab your rubber ducky and find another tub. This one's not for you. Welcome back into the tub for episode 56. I'm Mr. Berg.
And I'm Mrs. Berg.
And on today's episode, we're going to bring you a full-length interview and feature episode. I want to thank Lainey Spicer for coordinating times and getting us the opportunity to be joined in the tub by the beautiful MILF performer, GigiDior. Pretty fun interview.
Yes, it was.
Really got to learn a lot about her. Talked a little bit about everything from her career and getting started to where she is now with a new modeling agency, what's in the future. Talked about mental health with herself and within the industry. Talked a little bit about conventions and awards as well. Mm-hmm. So really, that is today's episode. You're not going to hear all that much from us.
I think they might be a little sick of hearing just us.
Yeah. To be a little relaxed. I think the last two episodes were kind of us going over things. So definitely pleased to have this opportunity and to bring this beautiful, really newer performer. Been in the industry just coming on 2 years in April. So again, we are just going to jump right into the interview and then kind of slide on out of the interview. So with that, remember to take care of yourselves, take care of others as we talk about some mental health things in this episode. Be sure to pay for your porn, follow and support these performers and creators. Wrap it before you tap it, lick it before you stick it, and enjoy this week's episode. And until next time,
we'll keep the lights on and the tub warm for you.
All right, welcome back to this week's episode in the tub. As we shared with everyone, we have a special guest joining us. We want to thank Lainey Spicer for getting our next guest into the tub with us and taking some time out of her schedule. Our next guest is a beautiful blonde MILF that entered the adult industry just a few short years ago after spending over 20 years in the mainstream modeling, doing a bit of everything from walking the New York fashion runways to appearing in TV shows, music videos, and commercials. Since moving into the adult industry, she's filmed with some of the top studios, including Team Skeet MILF Series, Bang Brothers, MILF AF, and Shady Spa. Her work ethic and drive to succeed shine bright in the work that she puts on film. There's no doubt that her name will continue to grow. Please welcome GigiDior.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
Well, I thank you again for taking time out of your schedule and travels to sit here and talk to us a little bit so we can get to know a little bit more about you and who you are and what you're doing and, well, maybe what fans can expect to see from you here in the future.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Cool. Well, before we start, can you let everyone know where they can find you on social media or online?
Absolutely. So during the week, I'm still streaming on Chaturbate. So my Chaturbate screen name there is MyGigiDior. That is also my TikTok name and my YouTube name. So those are three are the MyGigiDior, and then Twitter is Gigi as seen on TV. Instagram is GigiDiorSFW, and Pornhub is GigiDior VIP.
All right.
Wow.
So
I know, it's everywhere. A little bit of everything. I lost Twitter like 4 times in a month, so it's been...
And
running the gamut of names.
I remember, I want to say it was like the first maybe the first and second time that you had lost your Twitter. And it's such a struggle we talk to a lot of content creators and performers about.
It's so frustrating.
And there's sometimes there's no rhyme or reason behind it.
Nope. The first time was from a complaint that was a bogus complaint. And I proved, that I had all the documents and everything. And then they pivoted and made it about something else. So then clawed my way back up, and boom, one day I went to sign in and it was gone, and with no rhyme or reason, no explanation. So, that was the second one. The third one literally went up and down within an hour. So that one didn't even
Wow.
get any ground. I was like, I went to sign out and I'm like, did I forget my password? And no, it was gone already. So we're out here. I'm sticking with this one. So we'll see. Hopefully, knock on wood, this one's here to stay. Instagram I've lost once. This is the second one for that one. So I decided to put safe for work right in the title because I'm like, we're just going to cut them off at the pass. So some of the old stuff that still is like my GigiDior, that's the original version. That's what everything started as. So we're working with what I've got at the moment. So
yeah.
It's
for that many on Twitter. Normally we hear that many on Instagram. So that many on Twitter too is just like, oh, come on. Somebody definitely had, they had something out over that time. That's insane.
True. Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true.
And frustrating for all the work that you guys put in, building followers and all that kind of stuff. And 1 minute it's there, the next minute, boom.
And they don't even give you an opportunity to refute it or to give an argument of why or explain anything, your side, anything. And the second thing that I found that I look for the most is messages, because there's so many times I've had messages with other content creators or agents or just people in the industry, fans that I was supposed to do custom. I had customs coming in on Twitter that fans were paying for, and I had no username left. I had no content, I was going. So I've learned since that I screenshot as I go, because it's tedious, but you have to do it because I can't risk losing all of that ever again. So there's still times I'm like, oh, that was in my original Twitter. I really wish I had that phone number right now. So it's definitely been a frustrating process.
Never thought about that from that end with things running through through the DMs.
Yes.
Wow.
It's not just the followers are huge, but I would say that the DMs and the getting other creators to open their DMs, and then we were having conversations about shooting content or meeting up or doing different things, and then losing all of that information was very frustrating.
Yeah.
So
wow.
But we're rolling again, so I'll get there.
Yeah.
And that's really all you can do, right? Roll with the punches.
Yeah. Smile and keep rolling.
All right. So with that, anybody that heard those, go out, give a share, and support those. Help build these back up.
Please.
You definitely will not be disappointed. We can say that. So, remember those links. The links, as always, will be in the show notes when this episode launches. So, again, make sure you're out there and showing the love.
Thanks.
So, a first question really is, you've only been in the industry about 2 years at this point, correct?
Yep. It'll be 2 years exactly in April. So, just shy.
And you said that you still cam. So is that where the start came in, kind of getting out of the mainstream, modeling end?
Yes, that's I started when I came out of regular modeling. I had gone into being the wife and the mom and all of that stuff. And then I had life stuff happen, and COVID happened. I had kids home all the time. I was looking for ways to make some extra money. So I had found an article on a cam model, and I'm actually friends with her now, Ainsley Devine. And she had done this article and was saying how she could work from home doing this, and she was making an incredible income. And she was still able to, maintain taking kids to school and being around and all of that. And so I looked into it, and I launched my Chaturbate first show in April of 2021. And here we are. So that's kind of been my ground floor, but I kind of call it my base too. Like my fans have come, a majority of my fans have come from there, and my following has come from there. So I try to stay, I'm a very loyal person. So I like to stay with who founded me, like that's where I started my growth. And so I like to continue to show up for, my people there. So, yeah.
Oh, and that's fair. The loyalty goes a long way. Those loyal fans, and if that's something where you got started, you obviously enjoy it because you're still doing it.
Yes.
So you have to do things that make you happy as well.
Yes, and living not where a lot of the actual like mainstream porn shoots are. A lot of them are in Miami or Vegas or LA. It gives me that ability to stay in the industry and more current, in the industry, but not having to be in, the hub of LA or Miami. So it kind of gives me that flexibility.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Someone that isn't familiar with your Chaturbate shows, what can they expect?
It's sort of a different show every time, but I'm very... it's a lot like this. So there's some times where I'm super goofy and we're dancing. Other times I was sitting, sometimes I eat and I just hang out. There's times where we get, in and I have a really excited audience and they're really engaging and we get down and, we'll do dildos and we'll do, I can say anything on here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
You're
cool.
good.
I just want to make sure I don't have to filter myself. Okay. So yeah, we can do dildo shows. I've had guests on. I've done girl shows, girl shows. I've had guys on. So the more they tip, the more excitement comes. They can hit certain goals where, like the first goal, we usually take off my shirt. And then there's different tips for different activities. So if they tip a certain amount, I can flash my boobs or I can, suck on a dildo. I can finger myself, all of those different things. So it kind of depends on the vibe, but most of it is just a lot of like talking, getting to know each other. A lot of times I've found that especially the guys in my room just want somebody to talk to. A lot of times they just want to feel heard. Sometimes they have an issue that they don't feel like, they know me, they feel like they know me, but they don't know me. Like I'm not somebody that they're going to see in the grocery store or whatnot. So they feel like they can ask me questions or talk. And it's different than I expected it to be, but it's so much more than I expected it to be. So it's really a great combination of sexual play and fantasy and fun. I do a lot of role playing. I do small penis humiliation. I do cock ratings on my show, a little bit of everything. So we just have fun. And if it's a slow day, sometimes we just talk. And sometimes the conversations, I was talking to a nurse once about something I had going on health-wise, and he was giving me advice on what to do with, like, if I got another infusion to take Benadryl before. So, like, it's sometimes I'm like, oh, I just have a room full of friends. So it's definitely interesting.
Very nice. So, again, variety. And as we've talked numerous times over our show, I mean, we're a non-monogamous couple. Variety is the spice of life.
Right.
So you have to have variety, and you never know what you're going to get getting into the show, but it's going to be fun.
Right. Yes, exactly. And if it's not fun, then I usually there are days where sometimes it can be like I have a lot of negativity in the room or whatever. Or certain people, like I found that fans can sometimes even like from other rooms, they can bring their drama in, and I just shut it down, and I'm like, you know what, like we're not feeling it today, and I'll shut it down, and we'll start a different day. Like it's not worth having an argument in my room to change everyone's vibe. So, yeah, I'll just, if we're not having fun, then I'm going to shut it down. So yeah, keep it tight.
and you have that control. And again, yeah, why? I don't know what the phrase that comes to mind is, why piss on everybody's parade?
Right.
I mean, really, over one or two. So yeah, you just shut it down, and sorry, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of like you threw sand, so now the sandbox is closed. Sorry, like you ruined it for everybody. But that's the way we gotta play.
And
you gotta play nice. You have to get out of the sandbox.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Coming from a parent's standpoint, we know that we know that term,
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, totally.
Sometimes adults are worse than kids.
Yeah, they can be. Yes,
they absolutely can be. Yes, they can be.
So is kind of the Chaturbate and in there what gave you the thought of going into the mainstream side of the business? Was that something when you started, you said, hey, maybe I want to go to the mainstream? How did that all progress?
So truthfully, no. When I started camming, I think it was probably naive of me to think that I was just going to stay with camming. But that was my actual intention at the time, was just a cam. But then with that came OnlyFans, and OnlyFans came with content. And then after shooting content, I actually fought shooting boy girl for a very long time. I fought it. Okay. I wanted to only do girl for a very long time. So I finally, I shot boy girl. And I wasn't growing. I kind of felt like I hit a wall of growth where my Chaturbate numbers weren't really increasing like I felt like they should be. And my OnlyFans was absolutely my OnlyFans never performed like I expected it to or wanted it to. So I kind of regrouped and did, again, some more research and asked around. And I found that by shooting porn and more mainstream porn anyway, building that name would help launch, your OnlyFans, bring more viewers into your cam room, and kind of just make the entire business a little bit more across the board. So that's how I ended up in porn, because I felt like I was shooting boy girl for OnlyFans and content anyway. So really, what's the difference? So that's kind of where I went.
So mainstream closed the circle.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Yep. It started here and it looped right on around.
What was your first mainstream scene?
My first mainstream scene was March of 2022. I shot with Tyler Nixon in hotmilfsfuck.com. It was like casting couch-esque, for amateurs. It was a long scene. It was very, very lengthy. And it was an experience. I definitely got firmer. I didn't realize how loose my do's and don't list was until after I shot that. I thought I could be more vague and more just I want to say the word trusting, because that's not exactly the word, but I thought I could be just more vague in the do's and don'ts. But I realized after that first shoot that if you don't want to do it, you need to spell it out, and spell it out very, very, very carefully with with every intention and everything that you don't want spelled exactly in it. So and then your do's are just as important, right? Just because if you enjoy it, it's going to make the performance just that much more authentic and natural and enjoyable for everybody. So I think as important as the don'ts are is as important as the do's are to discuss as well. So it was my first scene. It dropped about a month after I shot it, and it definitely hit different than I expected. It definitely launched into more than I expected to. So So that was that.
All experiences are learning experiences, really, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
Totally. Yeah. And then I look back, and I'm of course, I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I learned a lot from the first experience. I learned a lot from it. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's a good thing. As you continue to build a career, you're always going to be learning something. Where we've talked to a lot of people, every scene is a little different. You're going to learn something. Again, you're going to learn even something you like that you weren't aware of. Maybe it wasn't there. But then you're going to be like, there's going to be always something you're like, oh, no, I don't like that. I thought maybe I would, but I don't. But you know what? That is pretty freaking great. That's going on my let's do it list. Exactly.
And those are really, really important too, to make sure that you are, enjoying yourself. It's, because it makes it more authentic. So it definitely helps the vibe. It helps the whole scene.
Sure. And we can imagine that if you're enjoying what you're doing, yes, it does portray onto the camera and onto film.
Yes, exactly.
So since then, that was, well, at this point, about a year ago. So mainstream is about a year in. You just recently signed with a new agency, correct?
I did. Thank you. I am now with 101 in LA. So this is kind of like my first time out here shooting for them. And I'm still shooting with Brian AMA in Florida too. So I am kind of working both states at the moment and shooting for both. But 101 has been incredible. And so is Brian at Team Brian. So, but yeah, the 101, when they reached out, I was like, me? Like, really? Me? I had no expectations of that whatsoever. So it was a very nice phone call to receive. So yeah, I was excited.
Good. Yes. Congratulations. I can only expect that that's going to grow your career even more so.
I hope so. Yeah. I'm shooting tomorrow and Tuesday for Team Skeet. I have one more Team Skeet film out there that's still not launched from the last time I shot. I have one that just was released about 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. So yeah, they're starting to get a couple out there now to where people are starting to have some selection, which is kind of what I was pushing. I want people to have a variety of material of me to kind of see exactly what I can portray. So yeah, I get a lot of stepmom stuff.
Well, and that was going to be the next question. So do you have a direction or something you want to focus on when it comes to a genre, a niche, whatever it is?
I think it's only realistic to be realistic with how old I actually am and the competition that is in this market. There are a lot of really young, really amazingly gorgeous women in this industry. So I think I struggled with that also in the beginning, in the comparison game. I think women in general do this, but I think in this industry it's probably a little harder.
I just got to look over here. Yes, we do. And we're always harder on ourselves than anybody else is.
Yep. You can tell us till the cows come home that, we're gorgeous or whatever, but I'm still going to say, like, I wish my butt looked like that, or I wish my boobs looked like that. I wish I had this nose. So there's always those things. And then you put all of that on a 20-year-old who's never had a kid and their butt is where it's supposed to be. And, so it definitely can, that comparison game can get really, really, really mentally draining. So I just really have to practice that. I remind myself that I am 41 and I'm not, I wouldn't go back to being 20, even if someone paid me to. Like, my life experiences and where I'm at now I wouldn't want to go back to being 20. That was a part of my life that I've lived, and I'm grateful that it's in the past.
That door's closed.
If that door's closed, I'm good. I don't need to be 20 again. So I've just embraced being 40, and with being 40 comes a niche. Like, I'm going to be cast as a stepmom. I have 2 videos out that I've been cast as a grandma, a nana. So, I think it's a bit of a stretch, but when we're casting 23-year-old girls as MILFs now, the age by proxy, it's just going to push me there. So I'm just embracing what the market is putting me in. And if I'm successful in that market and my fans are, like me there and want to see more of me in that market, that's all I can ask for, right? Like, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight and say, like, I want a teen scene, because that's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. So at some point you have to fight. You can't fight reality, and you just have to go with what you're given. So, and that's where I'm at. So I'm very happy to be a MILF. I'm very happy to be a GILF. The Nano one took a minute to swallow. It did, I will admit, but I embraced it. I ran with it, and it's work, and I have fans from it, and that's it. So we're there. So that's it. Yeah.
All right. Any fetish type work, or you just kind of stay the boy, girl? Because we've seen that genre kind of really grow.
It's a huge, and when I started my Sex Panther page, I naively put that that I do fetishes, and I didn't realize how inexperienced I actually am in fetishes until I put that, because sometimes, like, when you have a fetish, it's genuine and it's pure, and they're like, that's what they're expecting, and I would feel that I was being disingenuous by pretending that I that I could fetish this. One that I do enjoy is small penis humiliation. I really like that one. It's polar opposite of my natural personality, which I think kind of is the fun part of it. It makes me really be like a bitch, and like I can really like just put like it out there, and it's just this alternate personality that I get to become. So we really enjoy that one. Cuck holding and all of that just all is very natural for me. So, but besides that, like, I have guys ask for pictures of my feet. I'll fall into some fetish stuff, but to say I'm like into fetish modeling is probably a stretch. So I will do it like moderately, but they have to understand that I'm not an authentic fetish model. Like I don't practice this on a regular basis.
Okay. And again, to each their own. Everybody has their thing. Sometimes you grow into it. Sometimes it's like, no, just not me. No,
and that's fair. When I started, I had no idea that I was going to enjoy, the SPH, and I had no idea I was going to enjoy the cuck holding like I do, until I tried it, right? And then, so if I'm just very honest with somebody. If they're saying like, are you into this? I'll say, I've never done it, but if you're open to experiencing my first time with me, then I'm down for it. Like we can run through this together, and and sometimes they're really into that too, because they're bringing you into their fetish world, right? And they can kind of like walk through like building this with you. I've had a couple of those where, and actually it was in cuck holding, and I was like, listen, like I've never really done this before. So, and that's how it builds. It's them teaching you, and then you growing and making it personal to them. So that's, like you said before, sometimes you don't realize what you like until you've tried it. So
yeah. And when you
sometimes there's things that you're just like, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, and again, I mean, we've been there over the years. Honestly, back in December for years, Impact Play was like, nope. Well, Exotica, New Jersey, she made a comment about a flogger. I'm like, okay. Well, we went to DC and we came home with a flogger.
Nice.
And
with some shopping help.
Yeah. And now she's like, oh, yeah, we've been together for 25 years and that's never been, but guess what? Here it is now.
Absolutely. And sometimes you're surprised and you're like, ooh, I liked that. Yeah. Like, I want to try that again. And then sometimes you're like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like, I don't need to try that again. And then there's other times where it's like, yeah, I can keep this in my reel. It's, maybe not something you want to do every time, but it's something that you could incorporate on occasion. So yeah, totally.
Yeah. And again, that dominant, the cockholding, that's a dominance side that a lot of people never really explore.
Right.
So being able to explore it here in film, I hope you found something that you enjoy and it fits into you. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I like that.
And I think as we get older too, we just kind of like say, fuck it. I'm just going to try the things that I've kind of like kept in the back of my head, and you don't live forever.
Yeah.
Fair. And do you find that like, the older you get too, the like I was turned on recently by something that I didn't even expect. Like I was like, huh, like look at that. And like if you had asked me on like a regular day, I probably would have been like, I don't know how I feel about that. But I feel like there's things as I'm getting older too that I'm like, maybe it's because I'm more open minded and like, but. It's interesting when you are like, oh, that's interesting. I just learned something about myself today. It's fun. It's definitely fun. And I wish that it makes me sad for this kind of gateways into, it makes me sad for people who are so judgmental and so closed-minded about this industry and about us as performers, about you guys as podcasters and you guys as lifestyle and, like, just the industry as a whole, like just the sex industry umbrella, right? And all that is underneath it. There are so many people out there that are so judgmental, and it just makes me sad because I think there just a lot of it comes from lack of education, lack of knowledge, and close-mindedness. Like I think they're watching porn. They are like
Yes.
Or their husband is, or they're, somebody there is, and they're just not being true to themselves. They're not being in an open, honest relationship with themselves or their partner, and saying what they truly want. And that's sad to me. It's just sad that they can't be genuinely themselves.
And totally agree with you there. We've throughout this, yes, we have some vanilla friends.
Yeah.
That I've shared because I am at the point now. We're a little bit different in our day lives. She has a career that needs to be sheltered and shielded from this.
Right.
Myself, I mean, I'm in food service. I'm in a kitchen part of the day, and the other part of the day, I consult 2 chefs and owners. Well, you get into a kitchen. It's kind of no holds barred.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound terrible, but it's just kitchen life. And we have some vanilla friends that I've had conversations with. And at the beginning, it's like, but then they're like, all right, so let's talk.
Right.
I mean, I actually had someone come up to me yesterday and they were like, she goes, I need a vibrator. Mine broke. I went, huh? So are we going to talk about this? I was like, are you going to send Mrs. a text about this? She's like, well, yeah, we're going to talk. I'm like, all right.
All right. I see where this is going.
Yeah, but it changes as you get older. You're right. People need to open up, unfortunately, past generations. I think there's a generational
aspect to it.
That it's like, no, you don't talk about this. You don't. This is what you do. You walk the straight line, and that's it.
Agreed. And I think too, I love the term vanilla, but I think people think it's like contagious, right? Like if you're swingers, like they're not gonna catch it from you, right? Yeah. Like it's not COVID. I promise. Like if I sneeze, you're not gonna catch being a swinger or a sex worker. Like it's okay. Yeah. And truthfully, I am tested every 14 days, so my sneezes are probably cleaner than most people's. Yeah, so, right. Like let's be honest here. So we think once people get past that fact that like you're not gonna force yourself and your lifestyle on them, because if they're not into it, you don't want that. Like you don't want somebody partaking in a situation that isn't what they want. So I think people, if they just step back and like really looked at it, it's like arguing about what brand bread you buy. Like it's seriously as fundamental as that. Like, so if you're open enough to share it, I think people need to be, they need to hear it and just listen, and they can make their judgments, but keep their judgments to themselves. Like they don't need to rub it off.
Yeah, so. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there are vanilla friends of ours that can't believe that we go to strip clubs together.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I'd rather he take me with him.
Yeah.
than hide it from me. I mean,
my past relationship, my ex had cheated on me on a very regular basis. And I told my current husband, it was like the hardest part is not knowing, right? It's the secrecy. It's the deceit. it's the feeling that you were excluded from the conversation and excluded from the experience. And so like we just had like we're not in the lifestyle, and I don't even consider, I know people laugh at me like I'm not in an open relationship. What I do is my work, but I've always said, if there's somebody out there that you want to experience that with, just tell me. Like, and we've come to that agreement. Like it's open, it's honest. If you want me there, we'll discuss it. If you don't, we'll discuss it. But discussion needs to happen. Like, don't just hide it from each other. And that's why when I decided to do this, he was the first person I went to, because I don't like, the secrecy is the part that hurts, right? It's it's the sneaking around, and it's the feeling of that, like, not being in the know and feeling like a stranger in your own relationship. So I think if more people just were open and honest with their partners and themselves, I guess they have to be open and honest with themselves first, right? Like,
yes, first step is yourself.
That's the biggest part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. They have to be there but themselves first. So, and I think there are more people than not that don't even know where to start with themselves. They can't. They think of these thoughts and they think, I can't think of that.
Yeah,
I can't
you have to suppress that. Push it back. No.
And I think
I can't think that woman's attractive and want to sleep.
I think that's a big part of the closed-mindedness too. Is that, like, you know, we're all taught, you know, especially growing up in a religious family, Catholic schoolgirl and all that, and you're taught, you know, you're not supposed to think about those things. You're not supposed to do those things. And
people are going to look at me in a bad light. Well,
correct.
Guess what? All those other people have thoughts very similar to what you're having.
Yes. They're just not open and honest about it. They're just not. Yeah. And I always say, like, when I was growing up, I'm from the Midwest. We didn't talk about money. We didn't talk about religion. We didn't talk about politics. And you didn't talk about sex. And nowadays, you talk about all those things. Like, my kids ask me for, like, home projects and stuff. They're like, you know, what are our bills every month? Like, you know, it's a different world, right? And I think we have to look at it that way too. Like you had said before, it's a generational thing. I definitely see that. But the secrecy factor, you're spot on. They're all having thoughts, and sometimes they're darker than some of the stuff we're thinking, right? But it's not wrong. But you know, there's something for everybody, and
exactly, especially within the industry, and at the same time, I think the pandemic, and I hate talking about it. This, you know, now we're kind of back to normal, but the pandemic, I think a positive that it did have was it's increased the cam models, the OnlyFans, that, which in a way has started to change that curve with the acceptance of the adult industry. It is going in a positive way, it seems like. It feels like.
It's more normal.
Perfect word, yes.
It's more normal, and I don't typically like that word because but if somebody found out you have an OnlyFans page anymore, it's, at first, 3 years ago, they would have been like, what? No, like, you're an adult. Like, you're in a relationship. You can't have an OnlyFans page. But now, like, we make it a joke sometimes. We walk through, like, the mall and we're like, OnlyFans page? Not OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Like, it's actually pretty fun to walk around and be like, you think she has an OnlyFans page? Like, it's interesting.
Yeah, guaranteed there's one there. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, I bet we could find that screen name.
Right.
Well, and even, you know, even the increase we have seen in the lifestyle community.
Yes.
I think that people were home and able to explore more.
Yes.
And learn more.
And they didn't know how long they were going to be there. They're like, oh my gosh, this pandemic and this virus is killing people. You know, am I going to get it in 6 months and be dead? So, all right, let's take a look.
Right. Yeah.
So, yes, we've talked to some club owners within the Pittsburgh area, and they said the memberships at some of the lifestyle clubs here, they said they went through the roof.
Wow.
We see it on some of the social sites as well. It's new people, give it, we've been married 25 years and we're kind of, dipping our feet into this to see if it is something, even if it's just a voyeur exhibitionist type play that they're looking for.
Yes.
But they're still open to that. So, yeah, again, I think the industry is primed to continue to grow. Mm-hmm. Where you're at now, building your brand is a great position. So I got to ask, with your Chaturbate, now you're traveling, you're filming, how do you take time for yourself? What does time for yourself and mental well-being and mental health look like for you?
So mental health is actually something I've struggled with, if I'm being candid. And self-care is right up there with something. I think as a parent, I hid behind being a mom for a very long time and saying that their needs came first. What I want, what I need, what I desire, what I want to build is not important. It's all about them. Since I really strongly believe since I've turned 40, that has been a huge pivotal, and being in this industry has been a big movement for that. But so I've learned that it's okay when you're tired to lay down. It's okay. Like, you're human, right? You can only fit so much in a 24 hours. So I've learned that sometimes it's okay if you've had a really long week to go to bed at 8 o'clock and get that downtime and really just call it what it is, like catch up. Right. And I was ashamed of feeling human before. I always was like up cleaning till 2 a.m. and making sure that the laundry was done and the dishes were done. And now I look at it sometimes and I'm like, it's okay if those dishes wait till tomorrow morning, because I have to make sure that I'm healthy and I'm mentally healthy, because if I'm not, my business won't run, I won't run, and then everything crumbles, right? So it is important to take that self-time. I probably need to do way more than I am, but I'm also building a business. So it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword, right? Where, like, I kind of keep saying, like, I'm going to do enough time for right now to keep myself stable, but once I'm at a certain point, then I can kind of just take, a deep breath. But right now I spin. That's kind of like I exercise. That's my me time. I listen to like affirmations, audiobooks in my AirPods if I'm in the car or if I'm by myself. Sometimes to fall asleep, I'll listen to affirmations. And really just talking to other people. These are very therapeutic for me. Podcasts, talking to, I think you guys sometimes bring up thoughts and thought-provoking things that I've not thought of, or makes me really think. And this is therapeutic, talking to other people that are in the industry and seeing the struggles that I'm having, that other people are having. It makes you feel less alone. So I don't know if that answered your question whatsoever, but I just went off on a total other tangent there.
But that is everything you just said, because we've, again, talked to a lot of performers. We've got to know a lot of them over the years. The self-care, the mental health aspect is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And too many times it goes to the wayside. It gets pushed off to the side. Like you said, I'll suppress it and go. Some of what you said, I sit here and I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of go through that too. It's just like, no, you know what? I got to worry about everything else. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm, running here, running there. But you need to take that time for yourself. Right. You found a way to do that. And you said, well, it's enough to keep me okay, but it could be more.
It could be way more. Yes. Mm-hmm. I also speak to a therapist on a regular basis. Obviously, when I'm traveling, it's more difficult. But she keeps me real. She keeps me honest with myself, because I think sometimes you can lie to yourself and you can, really start to build up this stuff in your head. And the negativity feeds the next negativity and the next thought. And then pretty soon you're having this downward spiral. And this industry is very, very hard on your self-esteem. It's very hard on your psyche, on your, on emotional, your physical well-being. So I think it's very important. The mental health in this industry is something that I feel is lacking, and we need to really, really, really work on some better system. I don't have the answer yet, but I do know a majority of the performers out there have similar life experiences, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you look statistically, most of us come from a very similar background. Some of us might be from different countries and different parts of the world, but for the most part, we have this writing on our life, and we have this writing that happened some point in our lives that most of us have experienced. And some people push it down and ignore it until it comes spewing out as a panic attack or whatnot. Other people use it as empowerment and say, I'm going to do this to take my power back. Whatever is, you just have to make sure that you're practicing some sort of therapy or meditation or something to bring yourself just centered and make sure that you're thinking clearly, and don't drown it in drugs and don't drown it in alcohol, because it's so easy to. It's so easy to before you get on set and to make it go away and not think about what you're about to do, to take 3 shots, or I see the drugs that that sometimes can instant go on, and that's just numbing you. It's gonna still be there when you wake up. So I just think that it's something that as an industry we definitely need to work on. And if you see somebody struggling, if they're your competitor or whatever, just reach out, because sometimes they just need that friend. It's
someone to talk to.
Exactly. And to explain to them, like, listen, girl, we might be 30 years apart or 15 years apart, but we have the same life. Like, it could have been one experience, but they're all pretty close. Everybody, most of the people I've talked to have had very similar experiences at one point or another. So,
yeah. And again, that the mental, as you said, alcohol and drugs just numb the pain for a little bit, and
then it snowballs into a whole nother.
Yeah. It snowballs,
issue.
But then, some other people we've talked to, and it's like, oh, well, I'm making the money. But at the same time, I think that's not an answer. People are, I'm just going to make money. I'm going to make money. But that is just suppressing, you're just going to work yourself to death.
Correct. Yes. And that's drug in and of itself, right? Like,
yeah, that's not the answer.
Being a workaholic can be its own drug, right? Like getting addicted to the money and getting addicted to the fame. Like, I hate the word famous. I absolutely hate it. It's because fame is what? I did a tour of Warner Brothers studio while I was out in LA. And some of the movies and shows and stuff that are like award winning, I've never even heard of these people, but they're famous. What does that mean? I think we need to really do a reality check on what are you like? What are you doing? What is your purpose? What are you here for? And why are you doing this? Are you doing this for the money? Okay. And at what point is money enough? Like, at what point in your bank account, if you say, I need to make $3 million. If you hit the $3 million mark, do you hit the unplug button? Like, what's your end game? What's your goal? If it's just to be famous, you can be. I've seen famous people. I just watched this cooking show. We watch cooking shows. I was watching this cooking show, The Worst Cooks in America. And this girl was internet famous for using glue. But I'm trying to think of the name of it. Not crazy glue.
Like Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue, yes, thank you. She used Gorilla Glue.
Oh, the one that did it on her hair.
Yes, she's famous. So do we really want to be famous for using Gorilla Glue? Like, it's a whole other. We could literally talk for 6 hours on this topic.
Because society. You're right. Famous. What is that? Everybody's thought process of famous is different. Is it money? Is it this? Is it that? Is it how much real estate? Whatever.
Yep, 100%.
So,
And then when is it enough? When are you ready to say enough is enough? I'm done.
yep.
So that's, I don't know how we even got on this topic, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
that's it. That's good.
Yeah. All right. So as we wind down our conversation, you are out in LA doing some filming now. You're doing some traveling back and forth to home, out to there filming, to Florida filming. Can you give maybe a peek under the hood of what fans can expect coming down the line in 2023?
I'm going to be shooting quite a bit. That's my goal for 2023. I'm shooting for some awards. I would love to be nominated. To win is a whole another thing, but right now, just to be nominated would be ideal. I'm going to launch my brand new OnlyFans. I took my OnlyFans down about a year ago. So I've been working really hard at content and to relaunch my new OnlyFans. There's a pre-nomination for Creator of the Year for XBiz out there right now. So I'm going to be pushing that for that coming up on social medias. So just like nomination for awards, because I really think that that's where the fans speak, right? Like that's where you show that you're not just out there like shooting for your own reflection in the mirror, that you're actually touching other people out there. So awards and shooting a lot and really just building this name. I want to win this Dior case, fingers crossed. Let's see. Just doing what I love. I'd love to continue to make the friends and the connections in this industry. Some of my best friends have come from this industry in the last 2 years. I've met some people I'm so grateful are in my life at this point in my life. I cherish friendships so much differently than I did, earlier in my life. And I look at people differently. I look at what we can do for each other, not just what like I can do or what they can do. It's a mutual relationship. So I just want to grow those relationships. I want to travel. I love to travel. So this business fits beautifully into that. I want to shoot. I want to grow this name, and the sky's the limit this year. I am really, really, really excited.
Very good. And in this industry, we will say as well, as you said, friends and everything, what we have found as well is the majority of the people are so genuine.
You are preaching to the choir.
Yeah. I mean, we are an everyday couple in Western Pennsylvania who has got into this industry and met people over the last 6 years that we truly have friends.
Yes.
That it's like, we stand back and it's like, wow, how did we get to here? And the responses, we've had people just look and say, we know you guys are genuine.
Yeah.
We just like to sit and have a conversation with you, and it's fun, and we're down to earth. So,
and it's not judgmental, and all of that fluff that I feel like I had in other friendships before, the keeping up with the Joneses and all of that feel is not here. It's if my friend gets, an award or gets nominated. I had so many friends nominated for AVNs, and I like the week before I'm texting and I'm like, I'm so excited. Like, please text me the minute you know. And just that genuine friendship is so, so, so incredible. And there was something else I was going to say about that. You said, there was something else I was going to say about that about friendships that, they're genuinely excited for you, and they're during the holidays and for my birthday and all of that, I will get a few texts on my, I call it my regular life phone, from, friends and family. My work phone from Porn World blows up for Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays and Easter, Mother's Day. Like it is incredible.
Yeah.
The amount of text messages and people reaching out that are genuinely Merry Christmas, like happy birthday. They're sending you birthday gifts. It's just it's unlike any other world.
Yep.
And I wish people would see more of that than they see the dark side of it.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, because it is a family. The industry as a whole is is a family.
Dysfunctional as it might be sometimes.
Yes, there's dysfunction, but every family has dysfunction. And you know what?
Is dysfunctional.
Yeah, that makes it fun too.
It does. It keeps it colorful.
Yes. So in 2023, we got Exotica conventions, things like that. Are you planning on attending those? We know you have in the past.
Yes.
Are those on your list?
I will be at all 4 Exoticas this year, yes.
All right.
Be it Chaturbate or on regular creator booth. I might be going with Chaturbate as one of the core models, but if not, I will be there under another umbrella. So I will be at all the Exoticas, and X3, XBiz are out there yet. I'm not sure. But AVN I will definitely be at for next year. So yep, those are a must.
Very nice. AVN,
those are a must.
AVN hopefully is on our schedule for next year. We weren't able to get there this year.
I didn't go this year either. So
yeah, we planned on it. Some things happened, family stuff. We were like, okay, we can't go. So next year, if the podcast award is out there and we get nominated, then we will. Yeah, we're going to make it a point to go out.
Agreed, and that's my goal too. So I say we push each other. Let's both get nominations for AVNs next year. Got it?
That's it. Yes.
I'll meet you on the red carpet. That would be amazing.
I might have to start shopping now for that one.
Yeah, there you go. Start shopping for your outfit now.
Oh, that red carpet dress is not something you can just run a week before for. No, and you look tiny too, so you probably will need to get it tailored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not finding the size I need.
No,
right off the rack.
I'll have to send it up to my mother. Be like, just put this on the sewing machine and fix it. Don't ask.
Please, don't ask what it's for.
Yeah.
We're going to a wedding.
Yeah.
I've gone to a lot of weddings in the last 2 years.
Well,
a lot of out-of-town parties.
It has been a true pleasure.
Thank you as well. You guys as well.
Before we go, can you once again let everyone know where they can find you online and on social media?
Yes. So Twitter is Gigi as seen on TV. Instagram is GigiDiorSFW. YouTube is MyGigiDior, as well as Chaturbate and TikTok. And Pornhub is GigiDior or GigiDior VIP. You can just put in the search bar for GigiDior. So, and then my new OnlyFans, which is, you guys are the only second people that know that this is coming out. April 1st will be launching, and the name for my brand new OnlyFans is The Real GigiDior. So another name to throw into the mix, but we will see. So yeah, so that will be dropping on April 1st. So make sure that everybody checks out that. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be really good. Nice.
Very good. Well, again, we thank you for the time. This was a fun interview, a great conversation. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Are you guys going to Chicago?
We will be in Chicago. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We hit all Exoticas except Miami.
Okay.
I've actually told people they're like, you going to Miami? I said, look, I am a northern white guy. August is way too hot in Miami for me.
I think they should switch it. I think they need to put New Jersey in August and Miami in October. Like, I think that would be a better balance, right?
Yeah, because you never know. Like, going to New Jersey, it could be freezing. It could be all right. Actually, DC was great this year, weather-wise.
DC was weather-wise was wonderful.
Yeah.
Jersey was a little chilly, but it could be 90 in October, or we could have snow.
Yeah.
So you never know in October. So I think they need to switcheroo. I think October. I think going to October. I've been to Miami in October, and it is awesome. Awesome. It was like 80, 75. Like, you're not cooking to death, but it's a good combo. So that's my opinion.
But we will definitely be in Chicago.
Awesome.
We have our room. We have a room locked down actually already. Already took care of that at the host hotel. So we will make sure we find you.
Yes, please. I will definitely be on the lookout for you guys as well.
So, all right. Again, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys.
Yes, you too.
You too.
Nice meeting you both. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.